Right, I've just decided to do a follow-up film for you. It's going to be a question and answer, this one, because I've had one or two questions posted to me, people wanting to know about the van. So we'll make a start, and I'll start on my list. First one, quite a few people wanted to know why I picked transits to convert. Simple reason is they're cheaper than Volkswagens. Um, you can get spares for them anywhere. They're dead easy to work on. They're a square, more or less square body, so when you're making your furniture, it's dead easy to get them to match the contours of the van. Like on Volkswagens and whatnot, they're more barrel shaped, so it's more difficult. Plus, you get more space in a transit. More space, more value for money. They're reliable, economical, and you can service them with a damp rag. So that's one of the main reasons why I go for transits. Right, another question I've been asked. People have been asking about my fabric, what I picked for upholstery in bike. If you just have a look, you'll see that this upholstery fabric, it matches the standard Ford fabric, what they fit from the factory. So I decided to upholster mine in bike to match, just to make it look uniform all the way through. This fabric is, if you go on eBay and if you want to purchase it, just enter Ford Tome. I think it comes under fabric or upholstery material, but if you put Ford Tome, Tomy fabric, it'll come up, and you buy it by the metre. To make a couple of double beds up like this with bolsters, you need 10 metres, and it's quite cheap, and it makes a really nice job. And I don't do upholstery, that's the only job I don't do. But the guy who did my upholstery for me said it's really good quality, easy to work with, and he were really pleased at how easy to work with it was. So that's that question answered. Right, another question is, people have asked me why I don't put roof lights in. Most camper vans, people they like to have a roof vent in. I don't fit them to transits, because if they're going to leak, and they will do, no matter, even professional ones, professional converted ones, over time, the glow and mastic, what they used to seal them with, it breaks down with sun, and they will leak. But the problem is, it don't leak, and then it can leak for years before you actually find out it is leaking, and by which time it's gotten into all your wooden battens behind your panels, and it's ruined all your carpeting, and by the time you actually find out it's leaking, it can have done hundreds and hundreds of pounds worth of damage, and it's a real nightmare to try and reseal. And the other thing is, with these transits, what I convert, the roof is ribbed, so you've got, it's not just a flat roof. You've got a fighting chance of sealing one with a flat roof, but when they're ribbed like they are on these Ford Transits, it's a nightmare. You have to build it up with packing and filler, and it's just a recipe for disaster. So I stay well clear of fitting them for that sole reason. I hear lots of horror stories about £50,000-60,000 motorhomes. As soon as they're out of warranty, they more or less start leaking straight away, and it's a very expensive job to put right. So that's the reason I steer clear of fitting roof vents. So I hope that answers that question. I think it was a lady called Judy who asked me that question. What else can I put? Right. Somebody were asking me about heating. Right. It's a difficult subject, especially in this country. I've only got a plinth heater, which is really it's a kitchen plinth heater. And when you hook up, and turn that on, it's absolutely as warm as toast. Obviously, in the coldest of winter, you don't wild camp if you can avoid it. This van's well insulated, but it still gets really chilly, and I've got a really good sleeping bag, so it is doable. But to be comfortable, really, in winter, you want to be on a site where you can hook up. And that electric heater, that was second hand off eBay. I think it was only £20, something like that. But absolutely brilliant. Makes this van absolutely warm as toast. On the other hand, because they can get too warm actually, if you hook up, why not get an electric blanket? Modern electric blankets you can leave switched on low all night, and they keep you absolutely toasty warm, and it makes the whole camping experience a lot more pleasurable if you want to go through the winter months. Right, that's that one. The stripes on the side of my van, they're the same. They came off eBay. There's a company in Wolverhampton what makes them. They're really nice stickers. They're easy to fit, and it just because I like to go for white vans, because in summer it reflects the heat. So if you have a dark coloured van with sun on, even with insulation, it makes some real sweat boxes. So I go for a white one. But with them being a fairly big van, all white, they look really bland. So I put my stickers on, and it just breaks it up a bit. And I'll show you them outside in a bit. Another question I was asked about cooking. These have become really popular over the last couple of months, and they call them, well, last year I would say, they call them ridge monkeys, and they're absolutely fabulous. There you go, there's mine. They're just really a double-sided pan, and for doing omelettes and whatnot, you just flip stuff over. They do three or four different sizes now, and they're reasonably cheap, and they're absolutely brilliant. They cook things really fast. They're non-stick, and this is actually a copy of a ridge monkey. I have got proper ridge monkeys, but I bought this one first, being a cheap copy, just to see if they were any good, and I was absolutely amazed at how good they were. So then I bought the proper job. I bought the proper official ridge monkey ones, and they are really good. So whoever asked me that question, they said would I recommend them, and I says yeah I would. They're great. So I'm not a cook, but with them ridge monkeys, I can turn my hand to almost anything, and they're dead easy to clean. They don't take no space up. So yep, they come highly recommended. Right, the name on my vans, I always put lifestyle on, because that's the lifestyle I lead. I love camping. Every available opportunity I get, I'm in my van and I'm off somewhere different. Some people say, oh, how do you know where to go? And I just stick a pin in map, and I go. I visit the place. If it's nice, I'll stay. If it's rubbish, I'll move on. And it's brilliant. And that's how. And I've worked my way all around country, around UK, in various campers, because I usually build them through winter, use them through summer, and then I'll sell them in winter and build another one following year. And that's if it doesn't sell, I just get another summer out of it. So it gives me free holidays. So it's absolutely brilliant, and that's the lifestyle I lead, and it works for me. It's not for everybody, but it's what I enjoy, and my partner, she loves it too. Other thing about cooking, I very rarely cook inside actually. When weather's fine, I've got what's called a Kadai Safari Chef, and that's a brilliant universal little cooker. It fits, it tucks away under here. It's tucked away under there at the moment. It works on its own gas bottle, and because I love fish and my partner loves fish, obviously you don't want to be cooking that in a camper van, because the smell gets into this, and it I won't say it lingers, but it does take a bit of getting shut off like. But So we have Safari Chef outside. We set it up on a little table, and if weather's bad, we even put it in awning, and we cook in awning with it. And it saves messing your camper van up, and it saves your van smelling, especially when you eat as much fish as what me and my partner do. Right, let's go on to the next question. Rock and roll beds. Why don't I fit rock and roll beds? Well, the answer being I'm quite tall. I'm just under 6 foot. So, and I like the choice of if I go away on my own, if my partner's got other arrangements, I can just have one bed. Or if my son wants to come with me, if we go fishing, then he can have one. It doesn't have to be a double. I mean, rock and roll beds always have to be a double. So you've got choice of singles, or when my partner comes, this makes up into a very large double, and we have a really comfortable night's sleep on there. The other thing with rock and roll beds is they go across the van, so that means you can't walk through. I mean, this van, it's not my only vehicle, but when I come to sell them, a lot of people, this is going to be the only vehicle. So, you can take that down table, and I'll just do that for you. There you go. You take that leg out, and if you need to use your van to pick anything up from DIY stores or anything long, or if you want to put push bikes in, you can do that. If you've got a rock and roll bed which goes across, then you're limited to what you can use your van for. But like I say, if this van, when it goes to its new owner, is going to be their only everyday vehicle, you can use it for all sorts of other things besides a camper. It can be a van, take your upholstery out, you can move a bit of furniture about, and it does become a universal transport. It's only a medium wheelbase, so it fits in normal car parking spaces, so it can be used to go shopping, and that's the reason I don't go for rock and roll beds. I can see why they go for them in Volkswagens, because you've got limited space, but that's my personal choice. And when I come to sell my vans, I never have no problem, because that's the sort of layout they want. Not all people want to be in a double bed, because if one's got to get up at night to use loo, it disturbs the other person if you don't want the doubles up. So you can have 2 singles, you can walk through there, use the loo, and back in your own sleeping bag, and there you go. So that's the reason I don't personally go for rock and roll beds. And like I said, they are pretty short. They don't do many rock and roll beds what are 6 foot long. So yep, that's that question answered. Wi-Fi. Where do I get my Wi-Fi from? Well, when I'm wild camping, usually when you go on sites, you can pay a bit extra, and you can get your Wi-Fi. But when I'm wild camping, this is what I use for. I just plug this into my laptop. I'll show you this. This is dirt cheap. They're available in the UK. It's a Wi-Fi signal thing. There you go. Just plugs on USB, and Signal King they're called. They're only cheap, £12.99, and they're great. Just plug them into your laptop. I've converted this one because I don't like drilling holes in the roof of my van to have it permanently mounted. So as you can see, I've put rubber suckers on this one, and I've also got these on my stylus TV aerial. You can't drive with this on because suckers aren't strong enough against wind. It'll come off. But if you're just parked up and it's windy, it will not blow that off. And if you're parked close to a McDonald's or Asda, anywhere like that, if you're parking their car parks, they all have free Wi-Fi, and this sender will pick it up, and there you go, free Wi-Fi, and for £12.99, and it cost me a couple of quid extra for rubber suckers, so that I don't have to drill holes in my van. That again, 2 eBay buys there. That were off eBay, $12.99. Couple of quid for rubber suckers, and my van is now equipped with Wi-Fi. So that's another cheap way to get your Wi-Fi. So that's that question answered. Signal King, that's what that's called. Another question I were asked was where to get water from. Right, what I do is, if I'm wild camping, if you're on site you can pick it up, it's no bother. If you're wild camping, if you go to cemeteries or petrol stations, places like that, they all have free water, so you can just fill your water tanks up and away you go. As regards toilets and emptying your wastewater and your cassette toilets, what I've done is that, again, I know I'm promoting eBay, but I shouldn't be really. You can buy disabled toilet keys, dirt cheap, couple of quid a piece, and then any disabled toilets you can use, which is because they lock them up at night, but you can buy a key. There's also a British Waterways key, so if you're down near any marinas what are owned by British Waterways, they have their own showers, toilets, and you can buy a key and you can use them, and you've got access to more or less everything you want. You've got access to water, toilets, showers. So right, that's come to an end really for my question and answers. But what I kept answering the people what asked me the question, but the same sort of questions kept coming up over and over again. So I thought, well, I'll make this quick video, and that'll answer questions for everybody. We'll just nip outside because I've got another question about my awning. Right, what I've done is I've fitted an awning rail, and again, I don't like drilling holes in my van, so it's bonded on, and I do it with all my vans. Sikaflex 221. It's bonded on my awning rail. It might be a bit windy outside, so it might get a bit drafty, but yeah, there it is. There's my awning rail. It's a standard caravan awning rail. It's bonded on. Oh wait, I've never had one come off yet. Never had one come off, and that does job great. You buy your awning, and you can get a strip. I forget what they call it now. Kadai strip or Kadai strip or something they call it, and that mounts your driveway awning. Right, there are my stripes. What I was telling you about, just to break van up. It being a complete white van, it just breaks it up nicely. They're just plastic wheel trims. Quite a few people have asked me about them. They're just plastic wheel trims, and I don't bother with alloy wheels because I'm such a crap driver. I keep knocking lumps out of them every time I park, so I just have cheap wheel trims. Right, I'll call that an end to this video then, and I'm on my way now to a transit meet at Stockyard in Rotherham, so if it's an interesting meet-up at transit meet, I might do another video from there. So right, happy camping fellas, and I'll see you again. Bye bye.